ברשות מוריי ורבותיי, דיס דבר תורה לנשמת חנה דינה בת יצחק אלחנן ושרה זיכרונם לברכה. The parasha of this week is the parasha כי תצא למלחמה על אויביך ונתנו השם אלוקיך בידיך ושבית שביו. וראית איש יפה תואר. The parasha of this week, the Torah talk about if you go to the war, don't forget that Hashem, He will give your enemy in your hand. And you will win the war, you will take all the equipment of your enemy. And then, during the war, you see a beautiful woman, which she's not Jewish, so don't do anything bad to her. Don't rape her, take her home, and then after a while, she let her cry her family, and then you can marry her if you want. But you're not allowed to throw her away once you went with her. So this is the pasuk of the parasha of this week. What it is the meaning? The meaning is the Torah wants to warn you. The Torah knows that when there is a war, always the winner, he feels himself the boss. So after the war, he's looking for women, money to take from here, because they want the enemies. So the Torah said, don't do that. You are not allowed to do that. You should know that if you win the war, because Hashem will give you in your hand your enemies, so be careful, watch out. Don't do bad things. You don't kill for nothing. Don't steal. You have to, and don't see a woman, a beautiful woman, you take her in one room, you rape her, that's no good. It's animals. You act like an animal. You must be very, very clever, very intelligent. Okay, I will not force you not to do nothing, but not now, later. Once you go back home and you can marry her. My friend, I have to tell you something. The Torah here talk about a situation that the armies at the time, like the army of David HaMelech, the army of the big tzaddikim, the kings, the tzaddikim, they were like the army of Yeshua bin Nun, the army of Asa, of Chizkiah. They were tzaddikim. They were not just soldiers. They were big tzaddikim. You know, the before any kind of war at that time, when we had the Beit HaMikdash, before the Jewish people they go to the war, the Kohen he gave an announce. Who spoke during the tefillah? Who has any sin in his hand? Who feel a kind of worry? So go home. Don't go to the war because maybe you die. That means all the soldiers that remained to go to the war were talking about tzaddikim. They were all of them big tzaddikim. So the question is, how? I remember in the Torah there is a story that before a war, before the Kohen give an announce, who is afraid, who most of them, they went home, they remained only few hundreds. And they won the war, few hundreds. They won the war because they were all tzaddikim. So now, my friends, I don't understand how it's possible. Here we're talking about the soldiers, they were very big tzaddikim. How it's possible? And they have a guarantee that they will win the war, and and they have a guarantee that Hashem He will give them victory. So I don't understand what happened that those people they saw the Torah give them a permission. If you see a beautiful woman and you like that woman, so take her home, don't rape her, take her home, then marry her. I don't understand. How can big tzaddikim can fall in love with a foreigner that she's not Jewish? I mean, this is not the kind of a rabbi. Just imagine a rabbi who see a beautiful woman, a big rabbi who go to the war and he see a beautiful woman and he like her and then okay, the Torah told me not to rape, not to do nothing. I take her home. After 1 month, I can marry her. I mean, I just want to tell you something about my father. My father, alav shalom, a lot of times, it happened that my mother, she was home, and a lot of times when she come, she entered the room, and my father, he will not look at her until my mother, she told him, Moshe, it's me. Can you imagine? My father, in his own house, he will not look at his own wife until she tell him, it's me. He was very, very, very careful not to see what you should not see. He was very, very shmirat einayim, keep always his eyes holy. I don't understand, Bemet, I don't understand how the soldiers that they won the war, all of them are tzaddikim, all of them are holy people. What happened? That they saw in the war a beautiful and different love. Okay, you see a woman, get out. You know, my friend, when I receive people, most of the people I receive are women. And in my room there is always pictures of tzaddikim. So I look the pictures of the tzaddikim and I talk, but I don't focus, I don't look at the face of the woman because I'm not allowed. One day I did a shidduch, and my wife, she told me, how she look like? I told her, I don't know. But you did the shidduch. Yes, I did the shidduch, but I don't know. Is she beautiful? I said, I don't know. So she told me, so how do you did the shidduch? I said, the shidduch, I know her family. I know she's a good girl. I know she been to the seminary. And she's okay. I don't look if she's... I'm not allowed to see if she's pretty or not. What you ask me? I'm sorry. A lot of times that happened. I hear how is she pretty that... We're not allowed. Between women, they can look each other, but we're not allowed to see... to focus on seeking to see a woman. It's asur. So, my friend, this is something that we have to understand. What happened to those soldiers that the tzaddikim? I mean, just imagine rabbis. You see an army of rabbis, big rabbis, and then you see them after winning the war. You see them with ladies. I mean, it's and with beautiful ladies. I mean, this is. Do you call this tzaddikim? So the Torah said, okay, marry them. Now, they have another question. You know, just imagine that I want to eat something not kosher, and I want to eat something not kosher. I'm starving. I mean, would the Torah, and I have a choice. I have a kosher food, not kosher food. But I want to eat not kosher food. But I want really to eat, to taste it. Could the Torah allow me to eat it? No. Because you have kosher food. Of course, if there is no kosher food at all, and you're in danger, okay, you can allow you to eat something not kosher. But if you have a choice, kosher food, not kosher food, you have to eat kosher food. I mean, here as well. If you here, Baruch Hashem, the soldiers are married. There is Jewish woman. Why the Torah allow them to marry a woman that she's in captivity? Why? I mean, the Torah should for forbidden. My friend, well, I have to tell you this. Here, of course, we're talking about soldiers that they are very big tzaddikim. But the Torah warns you of something. You know, even any kind of mitzvah that you want to do, you have to be careful to prepare the mitzvah before you do the mitzvah. Everything needs a preparation. The Torah warns you there is a war. So the Torah warns you, okay, if you see a beautiful woman, don't rape her. Don't do avera straight away. You can do it in a nice way. Marriage. After a month. But as a good soldier, as a religious soldier, as a holy soldier, I have to prepare myself not to look. I know the Torah give me permission, but the Torah give you permission only if you look. But you don't look. I would like to tell you something. Today is the Hilula of the Ben Ish Hai. We saw in the Parachat of the Ben Ish Hai of last week, Parashat Shoftim v'Shotrim, the Ben Ish Hai said the Yetser Ara, his best weapon that he can use, because Yetser Ara, always he can win, he can lose with us. But his best weapon is the woman. Women's. This is Yetser Ara. A man always is looking for a woman. Usually the women, they don't look for a man. But the men's, always their eyes are left, right. They look. That's why Hashem give us the talit, or etemoto, that when we see the talit, to remind us how much we have to be careful to watch what we see. My friend, the Gemara said a beautiful story about a man that he saw a sign of a lady that she go with men, but she's very expensive lady. Only rich people can have an appointment with her. If you are not, if you are a poor man, you cannot. I mean, she had bodyguard, and she's very, very pretty. So, of course, she used to travel. She was not Jewish, and she was a very, very pretty lady. So there was a man who took an appointment to meet her, and he paid cash. And the day came. He went. He entered the room, and she was there, lying on bed. She was a very, very pretty woman. And then she started to take off his clothes. He sit next to her, and before the action, once he took all his clothes, and suddenly he took his talit. His talit. When he saw the talit, suddenly he started to put on his clothes. And he went out, he ran away. The woman, she did not understand what's going on. She put something on her. She started to run after him. And she catched him. She told him, "Look, sir, what you saw on me that you didn't like." He told her, "You are the most beautiful woman in the world. I never saw a woman like you. And besides this, I wanted to be with you, but something stopped me." What stopped you? Do I have a bad breath? I'm not pretty. My body is no good. So he told her, no, you are perfect. But Hashem, He give us the talit. Why Hashem give us the talit? When we see the talit, we remember there is Hashem. וראיתם אותו וזכרתם את מצוות השם ועשיתם אותם. The Torah said, when you look at the talit, you remember that Hashem give you mitzvot, and one of the mitzvot is not to have a relationship with a woman without marriage. ועשיתם אותם. So that means that the talit reminds you there is Hashem. So when I saw the talit, I stopped. I ran away. So she told him that means that your mitzvah that Hashem give you, it's more strong than a woman. He said yes. When I saw the talit, it reminded me that I'm not here forever, and the talit, it's Hashem. Hashem give us a mitzvah, this mitzvah, and then he told her, I'm sorry, I don't want my money back, it's your money. She told him, I will give you back your money, but I don't want to take your money. He said, for the moment, I don't want to go out, I don't want to go back to your room because, thank you, I'm sorry. That woman, she was very, 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 her life was destroyed. She started to do teshuvah. She said, that means the Jewish laws are more strong than me. I thought I am the strongest. Anyone who look at me, he feel in love. And this man, he love his God. He love his Torah more than me. So she decided to convert herself. She went to the rabbi. She told the rabbi all her life. The rabbi told her, at the time, the conversion was not as hard as today. Today it takes you 1 year, 2 years to convert yourself. At the time, in 5 minutes, you decide to convert yourself, Beit Din, they give you a conversion, that's it. So the rabbi told her, first, all the money that you have to give it tzedakah, because it's not kosher money. And then he told her, because I see you are a very strong lady, that really you want to convert yourself for the Torah, so you can stay in our house. My wife, she will teach you how to become a good Jew. And Be'ezat Hashem, you married a Jewish man. And that's what happened. After a few weeks, he told her, well, now I think you are ready to get married. She told him, who's going to marry me? I am a prostitute woman. I did all the bad things in the world. He told her, yes, but all your money, all what you did it for money. And your money, you give it away to tzedakah. Now you are clean. You have nothing from the past. And you convert yourself only for God. So you will get the best. So he told her, I want to introduce you to somebody. You know what was the idea of that rabbi? He introduced her the man she saw the last time. When he saw her, he was shocked. When she saw him, she was shocked. But the rabbi told him, no. Before you meet her to do a sin, now you meet her to do a mitzvah, to get married. And they got married. You see, my friend, there is two kinds of veraita. There is two kinds of what you can see. You see the talit, it reminds you there is God. Item oto zchartem. And there is another kind of re'iyah. That means if you focus, if you see only good things, so Hashem help you. Hashem help you to beat the Satan, to beat the Yetser Ara through the weapon of the talit. As I told you before, the biggest Yetser Ara is a woman. And the Satan, the Teitzei knows that. He knows that a man is very weak when it comes to the woman. He's very weak. A man is very, very weak. So that's why the Ben Ish Hai said how much a man he should be very, very careful in this matter. That's why the Parachat of last week, the Torah said, "Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'chol sha'arecha." A man should be a master for himself, a judge for himself. Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'chol sha'arecha. The Arizal HaKadosh and Rabbi Chaim Vital said, Baruch Hashem, there is a gate for the eyes. There is a gate. You can close. The eyes are not always open. There is a gate that you can close them. There is the mouth. Always. There is lips. You can close your mouth. So you can talk bad things and you will not eat something that is not kosher. There is a gate in the ears that you can close your ears, not to listen Lashon Hara, bad words. And there is a gate in the legs that, Baruch Hashem, if your legs want to take you somewhere bad, you can stop them. And there is a gate in your hand if you want to steal something. So Hashem, He give you, there is a gate to stop, not to move your hand. Close them, not to steal. Baruch Hashem, there is a gate of your body. So the Torah said, Shoftim v'shotrim. Be your own master. Be your own judge. Be your own policeman to correct yourself, to guide yourself where to go, which way to go, what to do, what not to do. Be strong. Sum tasim alecha melech. Be the king of yourself. Use the Torah as a weapon. The Torah is the kingdom. The kingdom, Malchi Rabbanan. You know, the Torah, Keter Malchut. The Torah is the crown of, always there is on the Sefer Torah a crown. The Torah is the crown, it's the king. So, and the king, you have to, when the king give an order, you have to respect it. So this is something that we should not forget. So Rabotai, Baruch Hashem, if you study Torah, you look at the Torah, so the Torah become a part of yourself. It will guide you, it will teach you what to see, what not to see. So Hashem give us, Baruch Hashem, like the Chafetz Chaim said, He give us a beautiful weapon. The most weapon of all weapons is the talit. You look at the talit, it reminds you death. It reminds you there is Hashem. It reminds you everything. So when you see the talit, it's like a war. It warns you, like if there is something dangerous, there is a warning. Be careful, don't enter. So the talit, it warns you to do good things or bad things, not to do. So, my friend, this is the problem of those beautiful tzaddikim, the soldiers. They thought they were enough strong. They thought they were strong. They did not prepare themselves well in case they see something after the war. They have to, to train themselves not to see what they are not allowed to see, unfortunately, because they thought they were strong. It's like some people, I know somebody, always he loses the taste of driving, always. Why? Because at the time he think he knows. Many times I told him, you have to train yourself. No, I know, now I know. No. You have to train yourself till you have to train yourself. Without training, I mean, even a doctor, those who do surgery. They have to train themselves. I mean, if those this study without training themselves, practical, they can never be a good surgeon. I mean, they can do a lot of damage. My friend, those soldiers, they thought they were capable. They thought they were strong. But if they train themselves, Hashem will help them. Okay, they train, they're tzaddikim, so Hashem will help them to win the war. But they are not strong enough to avoid a woman if they say a woman. And that's why Hashem, He warned them. Be careful. If you go to do a war against your enemy, I will help you. I guarantee you that you win the war, but be careful. Train well yourself, so in case if you see a woman in a captivity, you will not need to go out with her. And this man, he was sure of himself. A lot of people now, we are in the month of Elul. We think, Baruch Hashem, I am now 55 years old. Well, Baruch Hashem, every year I am alive. So that means that God will love me. No. Every year you have to do a good teshuvah. There is no guarantee for next year. You have to the big teshuvah before Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. Yes. Don't be sure of yourself. A lot of people in life, they are sure. My friend, I know something my father teach me. When I travel, always my father, he wake me up hours before my trip. And I tell my father, Papa, it's 6 hours too much. You have to wake up. Maybe there is an accident on the road, and then you have to, maybe you will arrive late. My father used to always, in his life, used to take precautions. I learned from my father precautions. A lot of times, I know people that they want to go to the airport at the last moment, and a lot of times they lose their plane because you cannot know what's in the road. Even the GPS, sometimes the GPS give you a GPS of 1 hour, 1 hour. And then there is an accident, the GPS doesn't know if it will be a delay, something. No. When you enter to the car, there is an hour, but the GPS is a prophet. It doesn't know what's going to happen during the trip, and then you can lose your trip. So you have to go always early. Take precautions. So that's what the Torah said. The Torah said, if you go to do a war against your enemy, don't be sure that you will win the war. Don't be sure that you will win the Yetser Ara against a woman that you see. You have to take precautions. You have to take precautions. Otherwise, the punishment will be, if you don't take precautions, so and you saw a woman, so you will marry her, and you can never divorce her. It's yours. All your life. Because it's like you raped her. My friends, this is the month of Elul. The month of Elul is a month of taking precautions. Don't be sure about what we are. My friend, I would like to tell you a beautiful story. There was my student, my Talmid, Michael Ben Shushan. He told me this morning that he went with his wife for something. He was for an appointment, and they were waiting for the lady to be able to receive them. And the lady, she was laughing. She was a happy woman. And then the lady, she told to Madame Ben Shushan, why you don't laugh? Why are you not happy? So she said, no, Madame, I am happy. Just I need a reason why to laugh. So she told her, I always laugh. So Madame Ben Shushan said, thanks God, yeah, always you laugh. It's good. I laugh for a reason. I don't laugh for no reason. And then suddenly, the lady, she told her, ay, you're right what you said. You lie for a reason. If there is no reason, you don't need to laugh. But always I smile, I laugh. But really, madam, I'm not happy, lady. I just show people that I'm happy. I'm not happy because I'm not married. I have no family. I am alone. I am this, I am this, I am this. That happened yesterday. So, Madame Bishoshan told her, you know, madam, I'm going to give you the name of a tzaddik. Light the candle when you go home and ask by his zechut that Hashem will send you a mazal. So she told her, but I am 55-year-old. Never I went out with somebody. They never. So that's why I laugh, because I want to show people that I'm happy, but inside me I'm broken. But I'm not religious. I don't, who is it, Sadiq? Who is it? He said, just light a candle of Rabbi Chaim Pinto. Next week it's his Hilula. Right, light it, you will see. Well, madam, I will do it. Madam, look, please listen to this. This woman, she's not a religious woman. It's like Hashem. Sometimes Hashem, he sends a sign to wake up somebody. Hashem, he sent a sign to wake up somebody. Always Hashem, he send us signs to wake up us. But are we conscious? It's like you put the alarm to wake you up in the morning, and the alarm ring, and you don't wake up. Or you don't wake up. Then you shut it down, and you don't wake up, and your mind sleep. You know, Hashem always assigns signs. You have to use those signs. Wake up, open your eyes to see the sign. In the month of Elul, the prophet said, "Oro ishinim mitardem atchem." Wake up, you people, that you sleep very deep. Because there is people who sleep, and there is people who sleep very, very deep. There is people that Hashem sent them sign to do teshuvah, and they don't want to do teshuvah. And then it's too late. I heard a story about there was a house that was burned, and the mother, she started screaming, "Children out, 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 children out." And she saw that all the children are out and the house was burning, but one was missing. And that one that was missing, his sleep is very, very deep. Very deep. So she was screaming, and then she took a big risk. She went inside the fire to the room, and she woke him up. You know what he did? "Mama, let me sleep. Mama, I'm cold. Put the blanket on me. Sleep." My friend, on the month of Elul, Hashem is screaming, "Do teshuvah, do teshuvah. Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up." And people remain sleeping. My friend, sometimes HaKadosh Baruch Hu send us signs. We need to wake up. The biggest sign is Elul. Elul, before Rosh Hashanah, the day that Hashem judge everybody. So, my friend, that woman, she went home, she lighted the candle for Rabbi Chaim Pinto. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was very nice to her. Hashem sent her this lady, Madame Bishushan, to wake her up, to give her back the emunah. There is a hope. She called her this morning. She told her, I'm sorry, it's me. You met me yesterday. You told me yesterday to light a candle for Chaim Pinto to find a mazal. Last night, a friend of mine, she called me. She wanted to introduce me somebody Saturday night. This is the first time in my life that I'm going to meet somebody. Thank you very much. It's a magic. He told me to light the candle for Chaim Pinto. And by his merit, Hashem will send me a mazal right away. 24 hours. Veraita. My friend, if sometimes we use to see with our eyes small things. But there is big things. There is Hashem. And to see this big thing, this is a work, Veraita. Hashem will give you eyes, brain, to see, to watch. The Rabbi Rav Chaim Moshe Lutzato, big tzaddik, he said, there is two kinds of blind people. There is a blind that he cannot see. He's blind, he was born blind. And there is another kind of blind that he can see, but he don't want to see. He don't want to see the emet. He don't want to see the truth. So he's like worse than a blind. Rabotai, Hashem gave us the mouth of Elul that we can see clearly. So we should just open our eyes. You see the parasha of this week? The parasha of this week, there is some rabbis, some Ba'ali Musar, they explained that this first pasuk, if you go out against to fight your enemy, Hashem will help you to beat him, and you will have your aim in your hand. This is some rabbis who explained that here we are talking about the Yetser Ara, that he is your bigger enemy. The Yetser Ara is your bigger enemy. You need just to fight him. You fight him, Hashem will give him in your hand. Just begin. You start. Hashem finish the work for you. And then you have to be very careful. Once you win the war against the Yetser Ara, so don't think that it's over. The Yetser Ara is not over. It will start to come again against you. V'ra'ita. The Yetser Ara never stop. Now he will bring you a woman to look at, and then he will have you back in his hand. So it's a life fight, you and the Yetser Ara. May Hashem give you bracha v'atzlacha. Hashem bless you. Next week we'll be in Yetser Ara for the Hilul of Rabbi Chaim Pinto. Till then, have a good day, have a good week, and you will hear now a beautiful song, a new song of Rabbi Chaim Pinto, Alav Shalom. Hashem bless you. Thank you very much. And this shiur, it's Le'ilun Shmat, as I said before, Hana Dina bat Elhan Sarah Yitzhak v'Yitzhak Smadra Zichronan Rocha. תודה רבה.